Hello, children. How are you all? I hope everyone is doing well, right? Yes. Today we are going to start with a new lesson that is in the land of Lilliputian, right? So before starting the lesson, I just want to give a small, what do you call, history about this part. Okay, here many of you might have seen a film also based on this in your native languages, or maybe you might have learned in your Kannada subject or language, or in your Hindi language, maybe. Okay, so already we have, how most of you know the story about this personality. So before that, children, it's a story between the two, what they call empires, where the people are Lilliputians. Lilliputians means who are they are of almost 1/12 of the ordinary human beings. Means very short, too short, like tiny. They are so tiny. Okay, so for them we call them as Lilliputian. Okay, and and we all know that in the olden means when the kings were ruling the country and all, they have this habit of is to fight against the other countries, and if they win, that kingdom will be of theirs. That was what was going on, right? So here we have the two kingdom, that is Blefuscus and Lilliputians. Okay, and they are all means they both are Lilliputians, and they had a fight here, and here one of the stranger. Okay, he helps these Lilliputians to fight against them, and he brings a victory for these Lilliputians. So we will have a story about this personality, the great personality, that is Gulliver. Okay, his name is Gulliver, who is for the Lilliputians, he is a very giant person, a very big person. Okay, because they were very tiny. So in front of them he looked like a very giant. Giant means who is very like very big personality and large personality. We can say long and large person. Okay, for them because they call. So for the Lilliputians, he was a giant. So Blefuscuns and the Lilliputians, they are the actually island, fictional island nations, which is the neighbors of South Indian Ocean. So this thing is that it is just a what do you call a small introduction part for this story, but something is there to learn over this. Let us check out. So before that, children, in your what do you call the page number 67, we have something to do over there. Okay. So with these children around you, people also you see many people. Okay, and they have a different looks. We means we identify each other with their looks. Okay, the face it can be the or the height it can be whatsoever. Okay. So we don't have a similar face. Almost we have a different personality. We have a different face and all. So with the help of this only we can identify each other. Just imagine that if they were means all were same, then how could it was be possible, right? It was not that easy, right, to identify the people and all. So here we have a small activity over there in the page number 67. Have you ever noticed how people differ in appearance and body structure? There are so many words that can be used to describe people on the basis of their height and weight also, right? So there are some people, even height and weight also we can differentiate, right? Like here they have given some words, and which I had write down here. Down we had given to small two tables, whereas title with the height and the weight. Okay, so you should know that the qualities or the appearance which is given over there in the above blurb, which suits with the height and which suits with the weight. Okay, we means we use different words for the weights, and we use different words for the height, right? So you have to choose the proper word from the blurb, and you write down under these two columns. So the first one is dwarf, Dwarf. So what do you mean by dwarf? Dwarf is very short, what we say, too short. So this is used to tell about the height. Okay, so dwarf comes under height, and slim, it shows the what do you call weight. Tall shows the height, plump shows the weight, thin again the high what do you call weight. Elf, even this is a strange thing with who is having will be having a pointed nose, big nose, and a big ears. Okay, and even they are determined with the help of height only, right? Then obese, who is too fat, it's like weight. Giant, it's again we can say for the height. Okay, tiny, Height we can say lean, weight. Short, short is about the height and stout is about the weight. Okay, so just we have to write down there in the two columns which suits the proper one. Okay, so here I just want to write down, I'll just try to write down here you for your sake. See, whichever the words I am underlining, right? They are those words you have to write down under the height. Okay. So here comes dwarf. It comes under height. Then comes tall. Okay. Then comes what do you call? Sorry, not thin. Not thin. I'm sorry for that. Thin won't come. Your giant comes under height. Then elf comes under height. Then tiny comes under height. Okay. So one, two, three, four, five. These five you write down here in the height. Okay. And the rest is slim, plump, thin, lean, short, and yeah, sorry, even short also comes under height itself. Okay, then comes slim, plump, thin, lean, obese, and stout. These words you have to write down in the weight. Okay, see, as I'm circling these words, you have to write these words in the what do you call weight part. Okay, children, and obese also. Okay, these words you have to write down in the weight part. Means which words will suit for the weights and which words will suit for the height. That is what they are asking. Okay, if you want you can check out in the Google also, children, what is the elf. It is also, it looks it's a almost a tiny size, small size, and it will be having a very big nose, long nose, and a big ears. Okay, they are called as elves. So you can just check out what kind of thing it is, and you can have to write down there in the column. Okay, see here. If you can see the picture, person who is in the blue color, wearing the blue color. Okay, see this personality. He is called. They are like giant, right? They are giant, and he is Lemuel. What do you call Gulliver? His name is Lemuel Gulliver. So in the land of Lilliput, he came there by mistake. By mistake in the sense means he was actually uh, moving in a big ship, and there was a big storm. Storm means with a heavy rain and wind. Okay, due to that his ship was destroyed, and he was almost in the sea, and he swam many years, many months together, and finally he reached the seashore. I hope you all know what is the meaning of seashore, okay, which is a land near the sea, which is very near to the land, to the sea. It is called as a seashore. Okay, so by with a great difficulty he swam the many months together, and he reached the seashore. Okay, and he reached in such a place that where these Lilliputians were staying. Lilliputians, I said you that who are very short. See, they are very short, and you can see the person is very big in size. Okay, so they are called as Lilliputians, who are very short. So in the land of Lilliputians, and he came there through the by swimming, and finally he reached there. But he was so tired that he just what you call he was taking almost maybe taking rest, or he must almost be fainted. Okay, so and he was caught by these Lilliputians, and let us know that what actually happens in the story. Yes, this is a Lilliputian. So before that, as we always do, there are many words children that you come across in this lesson. So I just want to have a look into these words. Realized. Realized means to know. When you realize, okay, when you know your mistake, you realize your mistake. We say right. Realize means to know. Stuck means unable to move. When something is hold tightly, means if you are hold by someone tightly, you will not be able to move. So it is called I'm stuck. Okay, frightened means scared. I think many of you know about this. Giant. Giant means very tall and large person. It's very tall and large person. Dwarf means very short person. Okay, very short person we can say. Courage, bold, booming voice means making a loud, deep sound. And I think you might have heard in the films and all when the king speaks, he speaks in a very high pitch what you call noise, right? It's called as a booming voice. Then comes wrecked. W is silent here, so tell it as wrecked means destroyed. Weary means very tired. Attentively means keenly. Okay, without you means concentratingly. We listen to something, right? It is called as attentively. Then comes strange, unusual, odd. We can say opportunity means a chance. Repay means children to pay back. Okay, something if someone has helped you in one or the other way, you also help them in one or the other way. Okay, it is called as a repaying. Okay, paying back in that way. It's not about the money, it can be even help also, right? Crawl means to creep. Okay, just like if you might have seen the small children, right? The children, how they walk when they are not, when they can't walk on the two legs, how they move, children with the two legs and two hands, right? It's called as crawling or creeping, what we say. Then capture means to seize or to take control. Okay, to control is called as a capturing. Then comes victory. Victory means triumph or to win. Entire means whole. The whole, we can say. Fleet, it's a group of ship. Okay, and it is a collective noun. Okay, this one, the word is also used in the story. So I have just given you the information here. So let these words be in front of you. And now we are going to read the story first. Okay, then I will explain you the story. Children, before that, be ready with your what do you call book in front of you and just go through it. When I am reading, keep your fingers on those words. Look at the following pictures and discuss with your partner what is happening to the man lying on the ground. Okay, this we'll discuss later. The man is in the picture given above tells you his story. Read to know how right your guess was. In the land of Lilliput, Part 1. When I woke up, I realized I was lying on the seashore. Though I felt weak, I tried to stand up. My legs did not move. I tried to touch my legs, but my hands seemed stuck to the ground. I was frightened. I raised my head to look around, and what I saw was hard to believe. Countless little men around me surrounded me. Some even walked on my body. They were so tiny that they had used tiny ladders to climb up on me, to tie me up with leather strips. Had I, all of a sudden, become a giant? Or were these men rats? Gathering all the courage I had left in me, I asked, "Where am I? Who are you?" A man who stood on my stomach replied, "You are in Lilliput. Since you are not a Lilliputian like us, we have to make you a prisoner." Soon I felt being pushed and then rolled on the platform. "Hey, what are you doing?" I screamed nervously. "You are being taken to the emperor," I was told. In the palace, I was taken to the emperor's chamber. The emperor seemed to be wise. "Who are you and what are you doing in my kingdom?" he asked in a booming voice. I began to explain. "My name is Lemuel Gulliver. Your Majesty, I am an English sailor, and people say that I am brave and courageous." I stopped to see the Emperor's reaction. He was listening carefully. So I continued. "A powerful storm wrecked our ship. I fought against the storm and swam for many days and nights. Luckily, I reached the seashore. I lay down as I felt very weak and hungry. I think I must have fainted because the next thing I remember is finding myself tied up by your men." The emperor, who listened attentively, looked impressed. "You deserve to be our friend, not a prisoner," he said. Although surprised, I was grateful to him and began living there as a friend of the Lilliputian. One day I heard strange noises. Quickly I rushed to find out what had happened. "We have been attacked by our enemies, the Blefuscuns," said sad and worried Emperor. "You are big and strong. If you wish, you can help us win the war," he said. I saw this as the best opportunity to repay the emperor for his kindness and friendship. I waited for the night, then taking some ropes with me, I crawled towards the enemy warship. Silently, I tied one end of each rope with each warships and held at all the other ends of the ropes in my hand. I was very excited. While the army of the soldiers slept, I could smell victory. I gave one strong pull to all the ropes in my hand. The entire fleet of Blefuscuns ships was captured. The air was filled with shouts of joy from Lilliputian. I had become a national hero. I hope most of you might have understood what the story is all about, right, children? So, yeah, shall we start? Yes, you can see in the picture, right? He is completely tired, right? He is on the ground lying. See, when I woke up, I realized I was lying on the seashore. So when, after many days, right, he was like completely tired and he was on the seashore sleeping, or maybe he must be having fainted almost. Fainted means uh, giddiness, what we say, or chakara, what we say in your Kannada language. Okay, chakarana, like means he was almost on the seashore, and I realized I was lying on the seashore. Though I felt weak, I tried to stand up. Though he was feeling so tired because, as I told you, children, he had swam all the way from the sea, ocean, right, big ocean, and has reached the seashore with a great difficulty. So obviously he was very tired. I tried to touch my legs, but my hands seemed stuck. Then what he did, he just wanted to just wake up, get up from there. He tried to touch his leg also, but he was not able to touch it because his hands was stuck. His hands were stuck, okay, to the ground. Means stuck means not able, was not able to move it at all. I was frightened. Now he felt a bit scared. Oh my God, what happened to me? What happened to my hands and all? Why it is not at all moving? I raised my head to look around, and what I saw was hard to believe. So what he said, everything was tied. His hands were tied, his legs were tied, and his body was tied. Okay, only his head was free. So what he did, let me see what is going on with me. He just like tried to what you call lift his head and just look around. And to his surprise, he saw something different. He was like shocked. What is this? And who are these all? I saw was hard to believe. Countless little men surrounded me. Some even walked on my body. So just think, you can see the picture of the children in your textbook, right? So some people there are even because it's a huge body and they are dwarf. The Lilliputians are dwarf. Okay, they can easily walk on his what do you call body. You can see the picture, the people in the people, some people are standing on the stomach, some are standing on the chest, one is trying to what you call climb the ladder, right? Someone is on the leg. See, they are just walking as if they are on the floor on his body, right? And he was like unbelievable, what is this people doing? They are all almost on my body, what they are doing? Then I saw it was hard to believe countless little men surrounded me. Some even walked on my body. They were so tiny that they had used tiny ladders to climb. Even the ladder was also very tiny. You can see in the picture, right? Ladder means, I hope you know what is a ladder. Ladder andre this one, this part is called as a ladder. Okay, this is what you consider. This is called as a ladder. Okay, from that ladder they tried to climb up. So they were so tiny that they had used tiny ladders to climb up. Yes, now you see. Upon me to tie me up. Actually, they were trying to tie him up. Okay, in the picture is given there, right? They had tied. Can you see that with a leather strips? They had tied his hands and legs. And had I all of a sudden become giant? And he was like shocked. Have I become so big in size, or these people are very short? He was in confusion whether I have grown so big, or are these people so dwarf? A kind of confusion was there now. Had I all of a sudden become a giant, or were these men dwarfs? Gathering all the courage. Now he was even scared also, many people were standing there. He just tried to convince himself and told, yes, now I am going to ask them something. He asked, what was that? I had left in me. I asked, where am I? Who are you? Then he asked, where am I? And who, you people, what are you doing? What are you doing here? Who are you all? In that way, he asked these people. Then a man who stood on my stomach, a man who was standing on his stomach, he replied, hey, you are in Lilliput. Since you are not a Lilliputian like us, we have to make you a prisoner. Because obviously, children, he looked completely different, right? He was of very big size for them, and he said, you are not Lilliput like us, so obviously you had to be like a prisoner here. A prisoner is a person who lives in like a jail, right? Who is under control of someone else. So they said, so now you are under our control. In that way he said. Soon I felt being pushed and then rolled on the platform. See, just didn't to take him to the emperor, the king. Okay, these are Lilliputians. Okay, they are all what do you call mm, the army of the Lilliputians. Okay, they wanted to take who Gulliver to. His name is Gulliver. You know, the person who is in a giant, who is very giant. Okay, he's a Gulliver actually. Okay, and they wanted to take him to the king. So what they did, they just pushed the whole team. They pushed him on the platform. You can see a small cart. We can see on that they are taking him right on the cart. They are taking him. Yes, so you can see there here, right? So here you can see he is made to sleep on this, and he is made to, and the cart they are pulling towards to take him to the king or the emperor, what we say. So I felt being pushed and then rolled on the platform. Hey, what are you doing? I screamed nervously. Now he was like a bit scared, and he was like, oh my God, what are you doing, you people? And he's scared. He was scared and shouted loudly, you are being taken to the emperor, I was told. Someone said, we are taking you to the emperor, the king. And in the palace, I was taken to the emperor's chamber. Chamber means here, what do you call, a room where the king almost be there. Okay, it's a chamber. The emperor seemed to be wise. So when he saw the king, he felt, okay, wow, he is a bit wise, intelligent. Who are you and what are you doing in my kingdom? The king asked. What are you doing in my kingdom? Who are you? In a very booming voice, he asked him. I began to explain. Now Gulliver started telling his story. My name is Lemuel Gulliver, Your Majesty. I am an English sailor, and people say that I am brave and courageous. So he said first in the beginning that actually I am an English sailor, and people say that I am very brave and courageous. Okay, then he says his name also. I stopped to see the emperor's reaction. When he said this, the emperor did not react at all. He was just like, huh, come on, tell still, what else? In that way, he was not ready to react at all. And even when he saw that there was no reaction from the king, and he continued his story. He was listening carefully, so I continued. A powerful storm wrecked our ship. So he says that I don't know from what happened to our ship. A very powerful storm had come, and everything, the ship was completely destroyed. And I fought against the storm and swam for many days and nights. And he was almost on the ship in on the water in the ocean, and he had to fight what you call swim for many days and nights. Luckily, I reached the seashore, he said. By hook or crook, I reached the seashore. But I was really very tired, he says there. I lay down as I felt very weak and hungry. Very means who is very tired, okay, and he felt very weak and he was feeling very hungry also. I think I must have fainted because he says that I think maybe I might have fainted completely because when I woke up, I saw these people. Till then, I don't know what actually was happening with me at all, he says. The emperor, who listened attentively, looked impressed. When the emperor listened to his story, he felt okay, good about him. He felt so impressed with his words. You deserve to be a friend, not a prisoner. Then he says, "Oh, okay, no, then you are not, I don't want to keep you as a prisoner. I just want you to be my friend." In that way, the king offered his friendship. Although surprised, I was grateful to him and began living there as a friend of the Lilliputian. Okay, so he felt so happy with the king's reaction, and he said, okay, I would like to be a king, what do you call, a friend with you. No, and you are not supposed to be a prisoner. Then one day what happened, there was a strange noise. Quickly I rushed to find out. Here I means Gulliver. Okay, quickly I rushed out to find out what have been attacked by, what had happened. Okay, then obviously whenever you get a strange noise, you know what you do. You try to run over towards that place, right? The same thing happened with Gulliver. He just ran towards the noise from where the noise was coming. I saw this as the best opportunity. uh, then okay, we have been attacked by our enemies, the Blefuscuns. So the one of the king said that my enemy, that is Blefuscuns, so they have attacked. As already I told you about this in the beginning, children, Blefuscuns are also Lilliputians who are living in a neighbor island. Okay, then they are the neighbor of the South Indian Ocean also. Okay, so they had enmity among themselves, and there was a fight. They had come to fight against these Lilliputians. Said sad and worried emperor. Then the emperor was feeling very bad. I don't know, Blefuscuns, they have attacked us in a very worried manner. He replied replied Gulliver. You are big and strong. If you wish, you can help us win the war, he said. Then he finally told, the king told to Gulliver, you are very big in size and you can easily help us from this, what do you call, war, he says. I saw this as the best opportunity. Now, actually, Gulliver was waiting for this day to come because every day he used to just be with them always and eat with them. It was like they had offered him a good friendship, and he thought, okay, now I had to repay it back. Okay, I had to do something for this, what do you call, kingdom. He said, the emperor, for his kindness and friendship, I waited for the night. Then taking some ropes with the me children, I think you would have seen what do you call the uh, Suryadeva's Ratha, right? I think you might have seen, right? How many horses will be there, and the Suryadeva will be holding every horse rope in his hand, right? In the same way, what Gulliver will do is he will take all the ropes and he ties to each ship. How many ships they have brought there, right? For each ship he ties and he holds all the ropes in his hand. Just guess, Dylan, what he is about to do. Yes, you are exactly right. He is about now, he is going to pull it, and all the ships will be turned upside down, right? Everything will be destroyed. In that way, that was his plan. I saw this as the best opportunity to repay the emperor for his kindness and friendship. I waited for the night, then taking some ropes with me, I crawled. Crawl means creeped, okay, towards the enemy warship. So what are these warships? Which is used for the wars, battle, fight. Okay, they are called as warships. Silently, I tied one end of each rope with each warship, and held all the other end in my hand. I was very excited while the army of the soldiers slept. When the soldiers were sleeping, he felt that yes, now I am going to win. I could smell victory. I gave one strong pull of all the ropes in my hand. So all the ropes were in his hand, and if he just pulled once, all the what you call ship will destroy, right? While the army of soldiers slept, I could smell victory. I gave one strong pull at all the ropes in my hand. The entire fleet of Blefuscuns ship was captured. When they were defeated here, captured means seized, we can say, to take under control. Okay, so this has happened, and I could smell victory. I gave one strong pull of all the ropes, and you can see that the ships were all destroyed over there. The air was filled with the shouts and joy from the Lilliputians, and I had become a national hero. Here he says, "Wow, I could help the king because of he giving me to stay in the place, and I could easily win over these Blefuscuns." And he was told as a national hero. So I hope you have enjoyed this story, children. Read the story once again. Okay, then only you'll understand much better. Okay, children. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a good day.